The other thing is what you talked about, um, the honing your craft. A lot of people think just because they have a story they want to tell that they know how to tell it. And it also depends where you want your story to end up. You know, if you do you, are you trying to sell it to a certain audience? Are you trying to sell it to a certain studio? Like what are you trying to do with it, and how can you shape that story to make sure it fits within those parameters? But even just the craft of it, because that's the only reason when I left, when I graduated from USC, the next thing I wanted to do was make a feature.
Mm-hmm.
But I had seen so many of my cohort, like folks in my cohort, go off and make features, and they spent so much money taking out their 401k, doing a whole bunch of stuff, and the movie doesn't go anywhere because it's not, it may not be well written. And so for me, I was like, well, I don't want to be one of those people who just because I think that I can tell a story means I know how. And that was the only reason why I started doing television fellowships, because I wanted to hone my writing even after film school, so that when I did decide to do a feature, it was going to sell itself on the page. And that honing that craft and learning about structure and learning about character and just like really working that pipelined me right into television and onto my journey. And so um, really strong work and being dedicated to pushing yourself further and experimenting and growing in the craft, it makes a world of a difference. That's the difference between progression and being stagnant. You don't want to make lateral moves. You
Mm-hmm.
don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. But push yourself in the kind of stuff that you're doing. Learn, be continuously be a student of the craft, and it'll show in the work. And I believe that the cream always rises to the top. So if you're just like, whatever, I'm just gonna throw it together, and you said, I don't know why nobody wanna. Well,
Can't you,
because
you can't you can't substitute consistent hard
yeah,
work. There's no way to substitute that.
because there's somebody who is putting in the
You
work,
can't substitute it
and
at
you're
all.
trying to compete against them. No, that's not gonna fly.